Right guys, Dan Hendriksen here. We are at Torquay Golf Club and I thought I'd do a little review for you today, and I have brought in my special guest.
Am I a guest? Because I thought I was a permanent fixture in this channel. It's a little bit awkward. So am I not a regular? I thought guest. Can I not be resident?
Yeah,
feature.
sorry.
Resident feature. I quite like that.
Resident feature. Lester Barnes. You have been sent some stuff, haven't you?
I'm doing alright.
What have you been up to with these products, with these companies, eh?
So I think people are starting to feel sorry for me because originally you were getting all the freebies, but I tend to be getting a few little bits and bobs now, which is nice.
I'm glad you have. And again, this is a special review that we're doing for your putter, isn't it?
Yeah, I've changed putters
regularly.
Recently. Yeah, regularly. About 5-6 times a year.
Yeah.
I've actually changed recently. Just before lockdown I changed putters and I was experimenting with a new unique style of putter which I was kindly sent.
Okay.
And I've been used it a couple of times since we've come out of lockdown and started playing again.
Okay. So I remember when you were sent this putter, and we had, to be fair, we had a little giggle at it, didn't we, in the studio, because it's obviously very different to what our normal putters have kind of looked like over the years. What is this one you've got in your hand? Okay,
so it's made by FGX.
Yeah.
And it's the Hybrid X putter.
Okay, so what's the features? Tell me about the sort of features on it.
It's a traditional mallet style head, sort of half crown, half moon.
Yeah.
Centre shafted, or shaft just before the centre.
Okay, and then you've got a centre line on there.
Centre line, yeah.
So it's quite a big half moon on that, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's a longer shaft, so it's in the sort of hybrid length.
Okay. What's the face on it? That's kind of milled. That looks milled.
Yeah, milled face.
Yeah.
We've also got slight weight taken out of the centre here as well, which also helps with alignment.
I was going to say, is that more of an alignment aid?
It's more of an alignment aid.
Right.
Which is quite nice.
And so looking down at the actual head itself, I mean, it's pretty traditional, isn't it? There's not a massive difference. We've not seen. I mean, we've seen stuff like this before. The
colour suits my eye as well because I do use
like the sort of black on with white, the line.
Black finish. It's a nice colour tone for me.
Yeah, but the big feature, as you quite rightly said at the moment, is the length of the shaft. So what's going on with the length of the shaft? Okay,
the shaft is like a graphite composition.
Right.
So it's not your traditional steel as you'd expect. It is longer than standard, so it's a hybrid length. Okay. Hence the name Hybrid X.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is the angle of the club shaft going into the head.
Yeah, that is already very different.
Traditional putter length
normal putter.
Traditional angle of a normal putter
72, between 70 and 72, so a standard would be about 72.
So that's 56 degrees.
Wow, okay, so it's very flat.
Very flat.
So it's getting you to stand a little bit further away from the ball.
I mean, they're saying that you'll be about 10 to 12 inches further away from the ball than you would with a traditional sort of 35, 34 inch putter.
So I didn't really want to review this with you straight out the bag, you know. I didn't want it sort of coming out the box and then us doing a review on it. I wanted you to play with it for a while. Yeah. Which is what you've done, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how have the results been? Because it's still in your bag, so that's got to be a result. Yeah. You know, number one.
It's given me good results really from short distance, particularly inside sort of 10 foot. Yeah. I feel like I'm putting better with this. I'm holding more putt. Right. I feel more confident. There is a slight negative to my putting with it.
Right. What's
that? Which we might talk about. If we talk about that slightly later.
Okay.
No,
not giving that away too early.
No, because I've made a slight adjustment to the putter.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you fitted it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's important to get these things custom fit. So you've kind of custom fitted to yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
Round about that. Yeah. Okay. I might have exaggerated slightly, like as men do. So I just felt that I was a fraction too far away from the ball, and also the shaft. So when I was hitting longer putts on slightly slower greens early in the year, I could actually feel a bit of bend or torque in the shaft.
Oh really?
When I was hitting it.
Right.
I don't know if you can see that, but I can actually
a little bit of flex in there.
I can actually flex it.
So you were feeling a bit of vibration coming up through the shaft.
I was, yeah. Which in turn, I felt like the club head was actually being released.
Oh, kicking
almost on you kicking on me. Which was giving me a little bit of inaccuracy from distance, sort of 25, 30 foot on slower green. Right. So I decided to make the decision after speaking to the guys. So you actually contacted
FGX,
them, just to say, have you had any experiments with length? Yeah. and they said for some of the smaller people, height-wise, they've actually taken a fraction off, a couple of inches. So I've done just that.
Okay, so it is slightly shorter than what it would be as a standard.
What you would buy as a standard putter. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Or your standard in this.
So all in all, you're quite happy with it. Grip as well. That's quite a chunky grip.
Yeah, quite chunky. It's similar size to sort of your Super Stroke in the 2.0, which is what I sort of experiment with. 2.0, 1.0. I'm sort of slightly thicker than a standard. Okay. Standard grip.
Yeah. Right, let's hit a few putts then. Show us what this is all about.
So the concept behind the actual putter, being stood so far away, is you actually take it slightly on the inside. Okay. Which ultimately keeps that putter blade very close to the ground. Right. So you're not picking it up, it's very close to the ground, trying to give you a nice smooth roll, but it's also giving you that sort of in to square, sort of almost like a revolving door, isn't it? I guess. So is it making you kind of hit up on the ball a little bit more? Or are you not seeing that? No, I'd say I'm trying to keep it very close. So it's allowing you to keep that putter as low to the ground as you can all the way through? Yeah, I think for me personally, my stroke tends to vary so much. I can put different strokes on it, you know, especially when I get the yips. And this is actually giving me an idea that I'm trying to make that consistent strokes from the inside back to square every single time. Okay. Doesn't always work every time, but I've also gone back to a traditional grip. Oh, it's promoted you to do that? Yeah, just because I feel more comfortable in that position. Okay. So what's this? Left edge, just outside.
Oh, dearie me.
They won't believe that. It's first take.
Yeah, but look, it didn't go in.
I'm blaming the hole, look.
So that's gone in the hole and then out of the hole. That was a nice little two-putt, wasn't it? You can have that.
I'm counting that.
So what other things have you kind of noticed with it? You say that you feel like you're putting better with it, or certainly getting it a better roll. Yeah, I feel like I was quite wristy before. Yeah. It's almost sort of flicky. I just feel like I'm actually more controlling it now with my shoulders and my upper arms rather than lower down in my body. So it's just for the rotation, possibly. We've discussed that in times gone by with you. You've always sort of talked about that you feel that you can get a bit flicky with it. Yeah. So you're feeling that this extra length of the club is maybe making you sort of use your shoulders more. Yeah, and I also think that's helping by actually creating that arc. Yeah. I'm actually then creating it with my shoulders rather than before I was sort of flicking the putter around, whereas now I feel like I'm taking it almost like I've got a purpose what I'm doing with the club. Yeah. I'm instantly taking it on the inside, trying to make it more consistent. What about the face balance? It's what balance have we got on there? Is it toe hang? It is face balance. It's completely face balance, which again I like, and it added to that stroke. Yeah. It's going to keep that club face nicely at the target, isn't it, and square itself up. That's what it feels like for you. Feels like, yeah. I mean, so is it staying in the bag? Yeah, it's definitely staying in the bag. I'd like to use it under pressure on like a vlog, or maybe in a tournament when we get playing potentially at the end of the summer. Pressure in a vlog? Yeah. You feel pressure in a vlog? Of course I do, because I get criticised and I get called on the worst scratch golfer ever, which is true. Who calls you that? Who calls him that? I don't do not call him that. He's one of the best scratch golfers he's ever seen out here. Well, it's not true. You are a very good scratch golfer. No, but I think you play differently depending on what you're playing in, don't you? You know, it's different holding a 5-footer when you're just having a knock round on your own rather than a 5-footer to beat you, which is going to happen this summer. Oh, you're beating me? Yeah. Okay. Well, we've got a course vlog coming up soon, so we'll see. We'll see how you get on, shall we? This is why I wanted to do this review after Lester had actually played with the club, because I think it's important that, you know, I mean, we're going to try and do more reviews throughout this year. We're going to get some products sent through and do some more reviews, but ultimately I want to make sure that we play with it a little bit more. I don't want to just go out there or go in the studio and hit balls and just see what it does in the studio. I want to actually take it onto the golf course. Lester's had a chance to put this, not necessarily in pressure situation, but he's had a chance to play with it and sort of put it in his golf bag during, well, have you played tournaments with it? I haven't yet, no, but I mean, I've sold my other 2 putters. It's my only putter at the moment. Hope they don't ask for it back. So yeah, at the end of the day, I want to make sure that when we review these products, that we actually put them out onto the golf course and really give them a good test. And I think for this situation here, where Lester's actually put it in his golf bag, taken it to the golf course on a number of times, and now giving us, I feel, proper feedback on how this putter's performing for you. I think it's so important. Let me know, put your comments down below. Have you had a go with this particular putter? I'd like to hear what you have to say. It's certainly a different concept, one of which I'm not necessarily used to seeing myself, but then again, I do use a hybrid to putt and chip with around the green, so it's a very similar concept to that. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing, and as always, stay safe.